Ever wondered how much house you can actually afford? In this video, I'll break down exactly how much you can calculate your perfect home budget without getting overwhelmed by the numbers. Whether you are buying your first home or upgrading, I'll show you the simple steps to figure it out. Plus, I've got a free workbook that will do the math for you. Hey, I'm Yatin Karnik and welcome back to Mastering Mortgages with Yatin. If you're ready to take control and take the guesswork out of home buying, hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you never miss out on tips that can save you thousands in your mortgage journey. Now let's dive into one of the biggest questions home buyers face. How much home can I afford? When we think about how much home we can afford, it's tempting to only focus on how much the bank is willing to lend us. But affordability goes beyond the loan amount. Here are the key factors you need to consider. Monthly mortgage payment. This is a big one. This is more than just the principal and interest. It includes taxes, insurance, and possible HOA fees. Down payment. The more you can put down, the lower your monthly payment would be. Plus, you can avoid PMI, private mortgage insurance. If you put down 20% or more, you won't have to pay PMI. Then there are monthly expenses. Think utilities, home maintenance, and any other recurring cost that comes with owning a home. Remember, affordability isn't just about the bank says you can borrow. It's about what you feel comfortable paying every month. And that's where my workbook comes in handy. It lets you input your information and calculates how much you can afford based on your budget. Let's get into the math. You don't worry, I'll keep it simple. One rule of thumb is the 28-36 rule. It's a great starting point for figuring out affordability. So what is the 28-36 rule? 28% means no more than 28% of your monthly income should go towards your housing expense, including your mortgage, property taxes, and insurance. And 36% means no more than 36% of your income should go towards your debt payments, which includes housing, other debts like car loans, student loans, credit cards. Here's an example. Say you earn $100,000 a year, which is about $8,333 per month. And using the 28% rule, your maximum mortgage payment should be $2,333. And using the 36% rule, your total debt including housing, car loans, credit cards, etc. shouldn't exceed $3,000 per month. Now that we have calculated a maximum housing payment of $2,333, let's break down how to determine the mortgage loan amount that fits within that budget. Assuming 25% of that payment goes towards taxes and insurance, leaving 75% for principal and interest. That means around $1,750 per month will go towards your loan repayment. Let's assume a 5.5% interest rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage. Here's how we work backwards to find the loan amount that results in a monthly P&I payment of $1,750 at 5.5% interest over 30 years. P&I payment will depend on total loan amount. Using a mortgage formula or calculator, we'll find that a loan amount of approximately $308,356 will result in a P&I payment of $1,750 at this interest rate. So if you're sticking to a housing budget of $2,333 per month with 25% going towards taxes and insurance, you're looking at a mortgage loan around $308,356. Let me share an expert tip here. If you want to get this math quickly without pulling up a spreadsheet or doing all the calculations, you can use another simple rule of thumb. 3 times your annual salary is roughly how much house you can afford. So if you make $100,000 per year, you can estimate that you can afford a home worth around $300,000. It's a quick way to get a ballpark figure, but for those of you who want a more personalized calculation, I have created a free workbook to do all the math for you. Once you click the link in the description, you'll see an option to make a copy. This is important because it allows you to work with your own private copy, where you can plug in your income, your debts, and expected interest rate to get personalized results. When you open the workbook, you'll see the fields where you can enter your annual gross income and the interest rate you're expecting. The sheet will then calculate your monthly gross income and guide you through how much you can afford using the 28% rule for maximum mortgage payments and the 36% rule for total debt payments. Once you have entered everything, the workbook will automatically calculate your estimated monthly principal and interest payments as well as the estimated loan amount. So you can see how much house you can afford based on your numbers. In this example, the workbook calculated an estimated loan amount of $308,213, which is how much you can borrow with these financial details that you see on your screen. But remember, the 28-36 rule is just a general guideline. If you are interested in diving deeper into these numbers and how they differ by loan type, make sure to check out this video I have linked here. I also add the link in the description below so you can get a more detailed breakdown of debt to income ratios and how they affect your loan options. Many people forget that home affordability isn't just about mortgage. There are hidden costs that can make or break your budget, such as closing costs. These can run between 1 to 3% of the purchase price. Factor this into your budget because it's money you'll need upfront. Property taxes. Depending on where you live, these can vary dramatically. Be sure to check the property tax rate in the area you are buying. The national average property tax rate is typically around 1.1% of the home's assessed value. Homeowners insurance. Make sure you get an estimate before buying, especially if the home is in an area prone to flooding or other risk. Then comes utilities, maintenance, and repairs. A good rule of thumb is to set aside 1 to 2% of home's value each year for maintenance. That can add up, so don't overlook it. The good news, workbook will calculate how much home you can afford, monthly payment, and all of that. Don't get stuck guessing or overpaying for a house that stretches your budget. Download the workbook using the link below and take control of your financial future. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of buying a home and go over your budget, but sticking to your limit is the key to long-term financial success. Think of this process like buying a car. Just because the bank says you can buy a luxury car doesn't mean you should. You want room in your budget for everything else life throws at you, like emergencies, vacations, or just peace of mind. Knowing how much home you can afford is the first step towards making a smart home buying decision. Remember, I have linked the free workbook in the description below so you can crunch these numbers yourself. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'd love hearing from you all. Hit that like button if you found this helpful. Subscribe to stay informed and ring that notification bell so you never miss a great tip that could save you thousands on your mortgage. Thanks for watching.